Внимание, внимание! В связи с аварией на Чернобыльской атомной электростанции в городе Припяти складывается неблагоприятная радиационная обстановка. С целью обеспечения полной безопасности людей и в первую очередь детей возникает необходимость провести временную эвакуацию жителей города в близлежащие населенные пункты Киевской области. Для этого каждому жилому дому сегодня, 27 апреля, начиная с 14:00 часов, будут поданы автобусы в сопровождении работников милиции и представителей горисполкома. Рекомендуется с собой взять документы, крайне необходимые вещи, а также, на первый случай, продукты питания. Товарищи.
The Chernobyl accident of 1986, one of the biggest tragedies in the history of this world. My name is Christian Verlanger, and I will be explaining more of it. The Chernobyl accident in 1986 was the result of a flawed reactor design that was operated with inadequately trained personnel. The accident destroyed the Chernobyl 4 reactor, killing 30 operators and firemen within 3 months and several further deaths later. One person was killed immediately and a second died in the hospital soon after as a result of injuries received. Another person is reported to have died at the time from a coronary thrombosis. Acute radiation syndrome was originally diagnosed in 237 people on site and involved with the cleanup, and it was later confirmed in 134 cases. Of these, 28 people died as a result of ARS within a few weeks of the accident. 19 more workers subsequently died between 1987 and 2004, but their deaths cannot necessarily be attributed to radiation exposure. Nobody off-site suffered from acute radiation effects, although a significant but uncertain fraction of the thyroid cancers diagnosed since the accident in patients who were children at the time are likely to be due to the intake of radioactive iodine fallout. Now that you have more background info on the Chernobyl disaster, let me tell you more about the site and the plant where it took place. The Chernobyl power complex, lying about 130 kilometers north of Kiev, Ukraine, and about 20 kilometers south of the border with Belarus, consisted of 4 nuclear reactors of the RBMK-1000 design. Units 1 and 2 were constructed between 1970 and 1977, while Units 3 and 4 of the same design were completed in 1983. 2 more RBMK reactors were under construction at the site at the time of the accident. To the southeast of the plant, an artificial lake of some 22 square kilometers situated beside the river Pripyat, a tributary of the Dnieper, was constructed to provide cooling water for the reactors. This area of Ukraine is described as Belarusian type woodland, with a low population density. About 3 kilometers away from the reactor in the new city Pripyat, there were 49,000 inhabitants. The old town of Chernobyl, which had a population of 12,500, is about 15 kilometers to the southeast of the complex. Within a 30-kilometer radius of the power plant, the total population was between 115,000 and 135,000 at the time of the accident.
Moscow television tonight.
От Совета министров СССР. На Чернобыльской атомной электростанции произошла авария. Поврежден один из атомных реакторов.
For the first time ever, the Soviet Union admits it has had a nuclear accident, and it's clearly a major one.
It's almost certainly the most severe accident that has ever taken place in the short history of civilian nuclear power.
Good evening, I'm Ted Bull, and this is Live. It seems virtually that
на главном корпусе, третий, четвертый, между третьим и четвертым. А там люди есть? Да. Поднимай на состав. Поднимаю. Начальника поднял. Так всех вечер, офицерский состав, офицерский корпус поднимай. Леонид Алексеевич. Да. Алло, третий, третий и четвертый блок горит крыша в результате аварии взрыва. Уева, давай.
That boy is Benny Hanna.
As previously seen and heard, those were footage live from the Chernobyl meltdown in 1986. Although the Chernobyl accident of 1986 was one of the most devastating power plant meltdowns known to mankind, there was also positive points in this tragedy. After the meltdown, they discontinued power plants that were ran by the RBMK-1000 system. It also caused many other countries to discontinue their systems ran by the RBMK-1000 system. If the plant wasn't ran by the RBMK-1000 system, but instead ran by the British system at the time, the meltdown wouldn't even be possible. This accident also created one of the most deadliest rooms known to mankind. Known as the elephant's foot is an extremely radioactive mass of corium formed during the Chernobyl disaster in April 1986 and was only discovered in December 1986. It is named for its wrinkly appearance, resembling the foot of an elephant. Standing in the room for only 5 minutes can cause radiation poisoning to the body. The Chernobyl disaster caused great grief as many people were forced to leave their homes and could never return. Chernobyl, Ukraine is currently uninhabitable and won't be habitable for the estimated next 20,000 years. This was a major turning point in history and caused much grief worldwide. The end.